To the Scandinavium in Gothenburg, Sweden. Tonight, the women aim to capture the limelight in this northern mecca of sport at the World Championships. It is the magic of figure skating, the fine line which defines who may be the best female on the face of the earth. Just ask Italy's Carolina Kostner, who has the lead after the short program. But the favorite, Maua Sara, is very close, and more than a few contenders are just behind her, including Canada's Joanie Rochette. It's wide open as the women head to the free skate. Plus, Canadian originals Virtue and Moyer. They continue to make their mark in the ice dance on the world stage in Scandinavia. What is the lure of the rink at the Scandinavium? Something about the chance to see the great superstars of women's figure skating tonight from all points on the global landscape. The free skate provides a clean sheet on which to carve out a brand new story. Hello everyone and welcome to CBC's coverage of the 2008 World Figure Skating Championships on CBC. Scott Russell along with Tracy Wilson and Kurt Browning. And tonight you kind of want to rub your hands together
Yes,
because it's the women's free skate. And Carolina Kostner of Italy leads, but there's all kinds of talk about Maua Sara and her chance to win.
Well, that's because she's in a virtual tie for first place. And Maua Sara is just one of those skaters who's such an incredible performer and athlete. And a great combination of qualities, Kurt.
I think she's one of those skaters that other skaters look at and just see her already as a world champion, just without the medal. She has set herself up to win. Yuna Kim took that big fall in the triplets in the short program. She's healthy right now. This is it. This is her chance.
Let's get to the Canadian story. It belongs to Joanie Rochette of Île-du-Pas, Quebec. Much better shape than she was a year ago at the World Championships. Then 16th after the short program, now 6th.
Now 6th, and also she's looked very composed this week, practicing very, very well. And she's in 6th place. Her goal was to finish in the top 5. She's so close to the podium. If she does what she can do, Kurt, she'll take home a medal.
Oh, that would be great. But I think what she really needs to do what she can do, and she really hasn't given herself, she's put herself in, but she can take herself out if she makes too many mistakes. She really needs to put it out there.
Now to the ice at the Scandinavium, and this is Mira Leung, the 18-year-old of Canada. 14th after the short program, born and lives in Vancouver, trying to move way up from her last performance at the World Championships in Tokyo, where she skated with Achilles problems well down the list.
Skating to music by Rachmaninoff. A triple flip, double loop to open. A nice start for Mira.
Mira's best finish at a World Championships 2006, close to home in Calgary, where she was 13th, but slipped badly to 24th last year in Tokyo.
It's rare to see Mira fall in competition. Usually if she gets tight or nervous, she under-rotates her jumps or 2 foots the landing. What she has really worked on this year is her speed across the ice and her artistry, and I think choosing this type of music has really helped Mira kind of develop her artistic look and her more lyrical qualities.
Wow, she was really tight on that triple sow. It's hard to pull in on a jump when your arms are already close to your chest.
So rare to see her fall. But coming back fighting there with a double axel combination. Nice job.
She's really able to put a double loop on anything. Great ability to continue the momentum with that loop jump after her first landing. Using that right arm to almost reach down the ice and swoop up momentum up into the jump.
Much improved use of her body and arms as well as her knees in this footwork sequence. The judges are looking right down at the blade. The technical specialists are to make sure she's on correct edges and has difficult turns as opposed to more simple ones.
All those requirements, I think, making it more and more difficult for the skaters to show their personality, their own identity within the footwork. When you can do both, please the judges and the audience, you're really doing something.
14th after the short program, Mira Leung lives in Vancouver, coached by Joanne McLeod, has made it plain she will have one of the Canadian spots at the Olympics in her hometown.
You see that right arm swooping up? She has, if she was a golfer, she would definitely not have a typical swing. She really attacks the jumps in a different manner. Watch that right arm way down low and then swooping up. A better spinner than a jumper.
And that's partly because of her flexibility. She's able to get into some really stretched positions, which rack up points technically. Kurt, that's the first time she's fallen this year in competition.
Wow.
Very strange to see, but a skater that's able to put it together mentally. Boy, does that serve her well, obviously, in competition.
Well, she has a very compact jumping style. You know, someone like Karolina Kostner who goes twice as far across the ice as she does, there's just more risk. Everything is compact, everything is tight. It's not necessarily dynamic. She's not getting any extra points for those bigger jumps, but she doesn't fall. She always turns and stands up, and in the new system it works. And you know what? I liked her outfit too. Really matched the music.
And there she is with Joanne McLeod, her coach. Season's best you can see on the left, 104.35. There are the technical elements and the presentation score for Mira tonight at the Scandinavium. She will be well below her personal best, including the deduction 89.9 for Mira Leung of Canada, currently fourth. The final flight coming up. Welcome back to CBC's exclusive coverage of the 2008 World Figure Skating Championships from the Scandinavium in Gothenburg, Sweden. The final flight on the ice for the ladies' free skate. Emotions are running high. There's the leader, Karolina Kostner of Italy.
Beautiful Karolina. You know, there isn't an ice rink big enough for this girl. She is super fast, and she transfers that speed into her jumps. Really big jumps, long program, not her strength, and watch out, the Lutz, her problem jump.
How about Mao Asada, Tracy?
Well, lovely to watch, and on paper she has the highest degree of difficulty planned. She's planning a triple axel and two triple combinations, and there Joanny Rochette chasing the field for the podium.
Meantime, let's get you to Brenda Irving, who is ringside at the Scandinavium. Brenda.
Scott, this morning I had a chance to go to the last practice for the final flight of skaters, and that flight includes Mao Asada from Japan, the reigning world silver medalist, Yuna Kim of Korea, the reigning world bronze medalist, and the leader after the short program, Italy's Karolina Kostner. Also in that group is Canada's Joanny Rochette, and Joanny looked in practice like she has all week, skating with a real quiet confidence and looking very relaxed considering it is the World Championships. And I spoke with her after practice, and she said right now all she wants to do is get out on that ice and perform.
I'm feeling really great going to my free skate. Of course, even though in the last warm-up everything is so tight, so anything is possible, I think. And my goal is just to be top 5 where I was after 2006 at the Olympic Games.
With me is 1987 world champion Brian Orser, and Brian also coaches Yoona Kim of Korea, who is in the final flight. And Brian, can you size up the final 6 skaters for us?
Well, first of all, we have 6 very talented skaters. I've been telling my girl that anything can happen. We're in a different position than we're used to, and last year we were first half of the short program, which added a lot of pressure. Now we're a little bit behind, we're in 5th, and I think she actually feels a little less pressure in that spot. And these girls are all really good, and they're all technically sound, and they're all beautiful, and they all have great programs and great costumes, so it's really whoever can deliver.
Joanie Rochette, just a 1.5 points back of that bronze medal position. What does she have to do to make a medal dream come true for her?
I've been watching Joanie all week, and she has a comfort level of just, to me, I sense that she belongs in that last group. She's comfortable, she's relaxed, she's got some feistiness, and which I really like to see, and she deserves to be in this last group. She fits in with everybody. She just has to do a skate a clean performance. She's very strong, she's very fast, the programs are excellent, costumes are excellent. So she just needs to do the full package, kind of like our pair team did. They just sort of went out and did it all. So that's what Jo has to do, and Mao Asada is obviously practicing really well, as she always does. So we'll just have to see how she handles the pressure. And of course, Yoona Kim is coming off an injury, so we're just sort of hoping that she can, we've got 4 minutes left in her. That's, that's all we need.
Easier to compete at Worlds or coach?
It's easier to compete because you have total control on what happens out there. As a coach, you don't. And, when there's been some inconsistency with your skater, you are sort of hoping for the best for them. You try to get them in the right mindset for them to go out and compete, and remind them that they are in the last group and that they are the best in the world and that they deserve to be there, and hopefully that'll sort of kick in and they deliver.
Have fun tonight.
Oh, thank you.
Hard to get a better person to handicap the field than 87 world champion Brian Orser. Joanie Rochette is on the ice, ready to go. The 4-time Canadian national champion, only 22 years of age, now with a chance to move up at the World Championships. Her best finish, 2006, where she was 7th.
Her music is from the stage production Don Juan. Slight hand down there on her triple Lutz. A little bit of a shaky start. Not the start she needed. Nice comeback.
Right back.
Came into the championships on a roll. Silver medalist at the 4 continents in Korea.
There's a patience about her, the way she holds her face, the way she's stroking. Ooh, not enough patience on that triple loop takeoff, though. That is a big blow to the program. It really is.
Kurt, now the big challenge for Joanie is to put that mistake behind her so she can deliver from here on in. She can't afford another mistake.
Well, like Brian said in the interview, anything can happen, so never give up. Simply one of the best triple Salchows in the world.
What I love about Joanne is she is such an athlete, and it's evident in her power and the strength of her jumps, but she's also has a softness and a grace that is such a compelling combination.
Which hasn't always been there. It's so fun to watch a skater improve.
Nice series of triples at the end of her program. Any jumps after the halfway mark earn an extra 10% in the scores. Final series of double axels here. Double axel mazurka. Stepping out of the second jump.
It's so hard. Your mind is like, so close, I'm almost done, I'm almost done. The concentration's so hard to hold on to.
Tonight she skates with the best in the world at the Scandinavium in Gothenburg. Joanie Rochette, the 22-year-old of Canada, who was 5th at the Olympic Games in 2006.
Well, Tracy, a good package. Just a few major flaws.
The first one you can see leaning forward on her triple Lutz, and it's scary when you're not on your feet in the first jump.
Over top of your feet.
Yeah. Second jump, her triple flip. Strong and powerful. Here's the triple Salchow you were talking about.
So jealous.
The Joanie of old would have let the little mistakes get to her, but through this program, she kept fighting, kept her composure.
The triple toe, triple Sal combo at the end just shows that mentally she's ready to put this whole package together. It's really too bad that the loop was singled. That was a huge point loss, huge.
Manon Perron, her coach, alongside. Tough position sometimes to skate first in the final flight. 1:19.50, the season's best for Joanie Rochette. Free skate score here, 1:14.59 for the four-time Canadian champion. And that will currently put her in first spot. Big moment for Italy and for their champion, Carolina Kostner, the 21-year-old. Michael Huth is her coach, a German. They train in Oberstdorf, Germany. Carolina Kostner has the lead after the short program.
Kurt, you mentioned she is somewhat inconsistent. She is getting better, and in fact, at the Grand Prix final, among the world's best, she finished in 3rd place in both the short and the long.
She's got everything she needs. She's been on the podium before.
And here's the speed you're talking about into her triple combination to open.
Oh, beautiful.
Triple, triple, double.
Perfect, but was she smiling on the way into that?
She was smiling.
I didn't just imagine that. Oh, that's awesome.
Mind you, if you jump like that with that kind of height, it's gotta feel good.
It's gotta be fun. Here comes. You know what I think? I think that there's something about the Lutz that Carolina worries about, and then she creates the problem when there doesn't seem to be one. Our friend Jeffrey Buttle sometimes does this. Just do it. Quit thinking about it.
Heard you mentioned she'd been on the podium at the World Championships before, the bronze medalist in 2005.
Wow. To be able to recover from that first triple flip landing and still continue on to the series and do the loop.
I should say that the little turnouts and touchdowns with the hands are a couple of points deduction. And when you're in a virtual tie for first and sixth place is only 5 or 6 points behind you, all those little mistakes can add up in the end, depending on how your competitors do.
I'm surprised that Carolina did a double axel combination with a triple. The double axel, the easiest jump to do, not one of her favorites. I'm surprised that they put it into combination. Little things are creeping in. Tracy, what do you think it is that makes the skater so good at the short program, and then the same technique, the same skater steps on the ice for a 4-minute program and just doesn't seem to be able to keep it together?
Often it's a length of time, perhaps, that you have to focus. A short program, of course, 2.5 minutes. The long program, 4. It looks to me, though, that she's off balance throughout this performance, and quite remarkable how she's able to kind of get the job done and keep fighting. She's pushing through. She's not tightening up. She's trying to work through it.
Perhaps has the added motivation of not wanting to repeat what happened last year in Tokyo, where she had a good short program, then fell all the way off the podium to 6th place after the free skate.
Beautiful.
You know, we talk about her speed, and I think often, though, it's her speed, Kurt, that gets in the
Causes the
way.
problems,
You can
yes.
see the fighting for the balance on the blade.
Well, that's the one thing with Carolina. It's all or nothing.
Her coach, Michael Hoot, was mentored by Frau Mueller, the legendary coach of Katarina Witt, now passing on his knowledge to Carolina.
There were mistakes, but the 2-time European champion Carolina Kostner got through the free skate relatively unscathed and draws the applause of the crowd at the Scandinavium.
Well, I loved the start to her program, and in particular, how she was smiling going into this triple combination. Triple flip, look at the speed on the landing into a second triple jump, and now adds a double on the end. Now that has a base value of 11 points, and she'll get some great execution points, but here was a bit of a problem on the Lutz.
Yeah, and it's almost like the skater who mentally knows there's going to be a problem can create the problem. She was straight. As soon as she touched the ice, you saw the waist start to bend forward. And you know what? If you're worried about a problem, you'll mentally create it. Little advice for the skaters out there. Trust me.
Go by feel,
Trust
don't
me.
think.
Don't think. I tried to think of the Olympics. It didn't work. Well, you train for a reason, so trust it. So last thing I said to Patrick Chan before he left the Granite Club, trust. Too bad she can't get extra points for personality. One of the nicest girls in the competition.
Small cut on her finger from perhaps one of those touchdowns in the free skate for Carolina Kostner, the Italian. Technical element 61-88. Presentation score 58-52. Her season's best 1:19.07. She's beyond that and only just 1:20.40. So that's a new high water mark for Carolina Kostner. And she now sets the bar here at the World Championships in the free skate. The final flight, however, promises some challenges to that result from the Italian.
Well, Joanny, the program got off to a challenging start. What was going through your mind, and how were you able to mentally refocus and have such a strong second half to the routine?
Well, the first half I was a bit cautious and going through the loop. I don't know what happened because I felt the jump really good this year and all week long. I think I just went a bit too fast. I was overexcited to do it, but I was able to calm down. I told myself, okay, it's still possible to stay in the top 5 because that was my goal coming here, and I was able to refocus for the ending.
Well, there's so many positives that you can take from this season. What are you most proud of?
I'm really proud of the way I competed all season, and my long program has been a lot better, a lot more consistent, and I was able to end the year as strongly as it started. I was a bit having trouble with that in the past, and I'm really proud of that.
Congratulations on a wonderful 2008 World Championship.
Thank you, Brenda.
Joanny Rochette, 4-time Canadian champion.
Thank you, Brenda. And now an interesting position for Kira Korpi of Finland to be in. She was in 4th place, a surprising 4th place after the short program. Only 19 years of age, but now under the bright lights in the big sports city of Gothenburg, she skates at the World Championships.
And it's a whole new ball game when you skate in the final flight with the big guns for the first time at Worlds. Clean, uncluttered style, known as a beautiful technician. And not a good start. An easy triple jump, hands down.
Well, a planned combination after that triple toe, and sometimes skaters start thinking about the second jump, kind of forget to give attention to the first jump in that combination. Triplet or single, not the right way to start a program. You're right, Tracy. And in the new system, the rule of thumb, rotate. Do not pop your jumps.
There, that's how you do it. That's how you rotate. Gorgeous triple loop, and that is what Kira's capable of.
Bronze medalist at the European Championships this year.
Oh, and a problem with her balance, just the shoulders behind her skates and right in the middle of the spiral sequence.
Very reminiscent of another Finnish skater we saw in this position at Skate Canada earlier in the season. Laura Lepisto led after the short program in Quebec City and then fell all the way to 9th in the free skate. Again, it was like the bright lights got to her.
Well, this time here, she was 21st, Laura Lepisto, in the short program. Had a very strong free program, and she's going to climb up the ranks. We'll see where she finishes. Kira, meanwhile, has got to nail the jumps to stay in the top 10.
The triple loop that was so strong in the first half of the program has abandoned her too. I think there's any skaters out there listening to my voice, they'll know what this feels like. It's the day of the competition, you're in the dressing room and you put your skates on and you stand up and they feel like they're someone else's. You overanalyze every single thing because you want everything to be perfect.
must also be thinking that still to come in the final flight, three wonderful competitors in Mao Asada, Yukari Nakano, Yuna Kim, all powerhouses, all capable of winning the gold medal.
But there's nothing like experience, and Kurt, I'm sure you felt it too when you're on the ice and you can't find your legs. It's very unforgiving in the spotlight and almost impossible.
Well, yeah, if you have a bad shift in hockey, you go sit in the bench for a while, get your stuff together, but there's no place to hide out there.
And a 4-minute program feels like 6,
It does.
7 minutes. Can see beautiful classic lines. She's an immensely popular celebrity in Finland. As famous as the country's top hockey players, and they'll all be watching at home, and she knows it.
She skates in the final flight, but the final result is not perhaps what she envisioned. Still, the fans love her. Kira Korpi, the 19-year-old from Finland.
Gracious.
Skating to Andrew Lloyd Webber's Fantasia. And here's the opening. You can see leaning in the air, not pushing through the feet up into the air like she did here on that triple loop. What a beautiful jump.
Let's just hold that thought, shall we? Gravity is everywhere, Scott Hamilton likes to say. And then you start second guessing even the easy things. And you can see how up in the shoulders she was in that double axel. Double axel is easy for her, but all of a sudden, the little mistakes start adding up, as you said, Tracy, and all of a sudden the body doesn't move freely like it usually does in practice. Everything gets alien and you start second guessing. And it's really the athletes who can push past that barrier and get back to that point of training. Great future ahead of her. Just not her best day.
And now the end result. Technical elements, 35-47, 50-68 for the presentation score. Hard to swallow for Kira Korpi. There it is, the final result, well below what she had hoped for and perhaps what she expected here at center ice in the Scandinavian. Kira Korpi of Finland, a tough day at the office. The Asian media, the paparazzi of the Far East, they know the every move of the Japanese and Korean skaters. Brenda Irving, a closer look when the World Figure Skating Championships continue on CBC. Irving.
There's no denying that skating's popularity took a hit after the 2002 Olympic judging scandal. But the one place in the world that seems to be immune from all of that is Asia. And just ask the broadcasters at Japan's Fuji TV, where the ratings have never been higher. Over the sound of dozens of cameras clicking, reporters fire questions at Japanese champion Mao Asada, trying to find out something, anything new in the young skater's life. The Japanese media are relentless.
Since I was a little girl, it's always surrounded by lots of media people, so I don't care so much about it. Actually, I'm happy to get lots of people make attention to me.
There are close to 100 accredited Japanese media here, and Fuji TV will broadcast close to 50 hours of coverage from this year's Worlds. Even footage of them practicing is a huge television draw.
Figure skating is one of the most popular sports in Japan, and all the media like TV and magazines and newspaper covering figure skating.
For the skaters, the watchful eyes just go with the territory.
Actually, I'm very happy to get the attention, so I'm very happy lots of people following me all over the world, so that helps me keep up my motivation.
The Korean contingent here to watch world bronze medalist Yuna Kim may not be as large, but its appetite for the best shot or soundbite of the young skater is just as voracious.
이번 시즌에
Actually, it is true that since last year my record was okay. This year there are more attention from the media, especially in this World Championship. But to tell you the truth, personally, I'm not as that confident as I was last year. So I try not to pay attention too much to the media and just be myself.
No doubt about it, Yoona Kim draws a crowd wherever she goes. South Koreans absolutely besotten with her. There's her coach, Brian Orser, the 1988 Olympic silver medalist, the 1987 world champion. He continues to be amazed by the attention she draws. Yoona Kim, the world championship bronze medalist last time out in Tokyo in 2007.
Yoona is undefeated this year in competition. As you know, though, she is injured coming in here. Skating to Miss Saigon, choreographed by David Wilson.
It's like Carolina, she carries a lot of speed into her jumps. Triple flip, triple toe.
In past competitions, that's been a triple loop, a double axel here because of the hip injury.
As you say, Tracy, had a great season, won the Cup of China, won the Cup of Russia, won the Grand Prix final in Torino, and looked almost dominant in doing so.
Right on the music. Oh.
Opening up on a triple Lutz, that was the jump she had trouble with in the short program. Otherwise, a clean performance. Triple Salchow. Whoa, she hangs on. And this is where a lack of training due to injury can really affect a skater. The final moments of the free skate.
As they've done all week, the audiences helping the skaters along.
She does a beautiful job of using the music, every movement, every gesture. That also helps to include the audience in what you're doing.
Brian Orser's student, Yuna Kim, third at the last World Championships, figured to move up here in Gothenburg, but perhaps a hip injury, an unspoken factor. All of the skaters in the final flight so far have had some difficulty at least.
Well, what an impressive performance, except for one Lutz jump. Here, her opening combination, a triple-triple combination. Very important for these top skaters to include a triple-triple. That's where the big marks come from.
And here's the triple Lutz, and that's how it should be done, reaching through with the left shoulder, not getting stuck at all, and continuing on with a double toe and a double loop afterwards. I'm really curious to know what and how much marks did Brian Orser get on that move. But I wonder what went wrong when the second Lutz singled. Do you think it was stiff in the knee or just bad timing, or
A little
the
bit
hip?
of timing. The shoulders just start to rotate before the feet are ready to leave the ice. And this was one of my favorite moments musically in the program. The timing of that to the spin to the music, and the final moments with her Ina Bauer into a double axel.
So close to the end of the program.
So she did do a triple-triple combination. She also did a double axel triple combination. She racked up some big points and one costly mistake. So I think all in all...
And the loop she had to take out because of the hip injury, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
She'll
So,
need in excess
there we
of
go.
125 to get past Carolina Kostner of Italy here. Technical elements presentation score are in for the Korean champion Yuna Kim. 123.38 in the free skate. And that will leave her currently second behind the Italian Carolina Kostner. One mistake for Yuna Kim, and she stands behind the Italian. When we come back, Baby Mao no more. Is Japan's skating queen ready to claim the world crown? CBC's coverage of the World Championships will continue in a moment. Stadium in Gothenburg. For Mao Asada of Japan, she stood second after the short program. Right now, Carolina Kostner of Italy has the overall lead. Yuna Kim of Korea has had the best free skate so far.
And this is a beautiful program choreographed by Laurie Nickel to Chopin. As I said earlier, the most difficulty planned, 2 triple-triple combinations and a triple axel. Few skaters have landed it this year in competition. Mao is one of those skaters to do so. She did it cleanly at the Grand Prix final. Here it comes. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, stop. Okay. Now, just like you and I, Tracy, she has to recoup.
That's unbelievable. Went to take off on the jump and her blade just slipped. And now she has to head right into a triple-triple combination.
Okay.
That's unbelievable. What composure.
Is it okay to start breathing now?
Not yet.
Expected to win in Tokyo a year ago at home. Ended up a very close second to her teammate Miki Ando.
second triple-triple combination.
Maybe under-rotated on the loop, but Tracy, am I seeing this? Like, after that fall? This is incredible.
Beautiful, graceful, lyrical skater. Look at those bouncy knees as she's going through her footwork section. And Kurt, like you, I am totally impressed to be able to put a mistake like that at the beginning of the program right behind her and go on to nail every jump. It's incredible.
The start was disastrous, bone-chilling. The rest of the way was nothing short of spectacular, spine-tingling. Is it enough for Mao Asada?
Well, it's been an interesting season for her. She's been up and down in terms of consistency. Little mistakes along the way. This big mistake.
Let's see what happened. Let's see what happened.
Watch the edge.
She never even left light. So she tried so hard that she leaned back too far and lost the edge.
Again, upper body ready to go. That's her team leader. She is not here with a coach. She parted ways with her coach a few months ago.
And I believe this is the next combination after the fall. So, I mean, kids at home record this, you know, and how many times have we seen skaters miss the first jump in their program in practice?
Yeah.
Stop, go over, stop the music and try again. This is how it's done.
And that's how you recover, on the strength of your training. Her second triple combination. The second jump there, that loop, as you picked up, Kurt, may be under-rotated, but just racking up points with great quality of skating. Beautiful spins, a total complete skater.
I love how she does not prepare for the next move in the footwork, and the next move in the footwork is usually at a different level. And by level, I mean whether or not the head and the body twists and goes down close to the ice, whether the arms are up over their head. No preparation from one move to the next. Good job, David Wilson, Laurie Nickel. Oops, David Wilson. Well, David doesn't mind the plug, does he?
Now the weight and the wave to her fans. There are many of them here in Gothenburg. She needs 120.59 to exceed Carolina Kostner. Technical element 61.89, 60.57 for the presentation score, and indeed that will get her past 121.46 for Mao Asada. So the recovery from the opening fall into the boards is complete. She has the lead.
Wow.
And hopes, as she's just realized, of a world championship. The great Japanese champion, Mao Asada. 1 to go. Yukari Nakano has Mao Asada left the door open again. Our coverage of the World Championships from Sweden will continue in just a moment.